the set. Get him out of here. Jiminy, my nerves are about shot. I hope the missus hasn't polished off the brandy before I get home tonight. And now, David Letterman.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the program. My name is Dave, and by all means, feel free to call me Dave. Yesterday, I think this is interesting if you're interested in broadcasting, and by gosh, who in this country really...
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Who in this country isn't really interested in the cold and flu season or broadcasting? Yesterday, a television station, WRGB in Schenectady, New York, celebrated... Are you from the Schenectady area, man? 20 minutes away from Schenectady. So you're really living on the edge then, aren't you? Anyway, couldn't really take the pace of living in Schenectady, so they moved away to a little quieter
suburb of Schenectady.
Anyway, 60 years ago yesterday, it was the first ever telecast, first ever TV program broadcast through the air, and it's a General Electric station. And the first show was actually a GE executive. He had glasses on, and he would take them off, and then he would put them back on. And that was the first telecast. And I'm happy to say that that same instinct for fine television entertainment still holds true today here at General Electric. Well, that was long, and I actually got cotton mouth trying to get through that joke. Kevin, let's don't do any more that are that long, all right? All right. You know, Kevin has a joke book at home, and every night he writes up a couple of jokes, brings them in on the big cards, and we roll. We saddle up and ride, you know what I mean?
Kevin has changed his image recently, hasn't he?
Big news from the television world now. This is contemporary news. ABC is developing a brand new program for Joan Collins entitled 80-something. So I think that'll be And finally, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the sports portion of our monologue tonight. Willie Stargell has been elected to the Hall of Fame. And interesting statistic sidelight to Willie's career in Major League Baseball. He led the National League 4 years in a row in number of times per game he touched himself on national TV. So Who was that? Just another satisfaction. The guy is sitting there saying to himself, the tickets are free, right? I'm not out anything, right? Well, where is that man? Hope you enjoy the rest of the, there you go. Hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Here's our good friend, Paul Schaefer, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Who was that guy?
Who was that masked man? I don't know.
It's terribly cold here. Did you notice it's like
Yeah, it's really-
0 degrees last night in New York City, and it's going to be what? Oh my God! The bubbles. They're not buying it. Don't worry about it. Paul, have you been up to Robert Morton's office, the producer of the program?
I was up there earlier today. As a
Have
matter
you
of
noticed
fact,
how lovely it's been redecorated?
He's redecorated his office.
Yeah,
Yes.
very nice. They have, he has this Art Deco sconce wall lamp on one side, and now they're running about 1,000 feet of coax in there to hook up the dimmer.
Who designed the...
I don't know, but it's very nice. Now, you
the
know,
office.
about 2 years ago, I asked if I could have my office redecorated. So they send a crew of guys down to my office, and they said, what would you like? I told them what I wanted, and then I had to wait like 6 months, and they said, oh, we don't really think we can do that. And now I go into Morty's office, and it's like a luxury penthouse.
Well, it's very, very nice, and I think when a producer redecorates his office, it says something about what he plans to do with the show.
Right, but why don't I get to have my office redecorated is what I want to know.
Well, I got to stay out of it. I can't possibly.
Because they actually, now I put a lot of thought and a lot of planning into this. I was going to have a map of the world on one wall, and flags. I was going to have the RCA flag and the GE flag. And then on the carpet, it was going to be like a light blue carpet, and embossed into the carpet would be the GE logo.
You couldn't get that done.
No, I couldn't get it. But, you know, they came down, they took notes, we had to pick out samples, we had to pick out swatches. They were just boring us to death with this nonsense, and they pretended we were picking out smoked glass mirrors, and they're going to move the bathroom here, and they're going to do all of that, and there was going to be additional parking and some kind of laser deal to trigger a lock. And so we kept initialing stuff. Is this right or not? We just kept initialing. Yes, sure, we'd like that. Sure, why not? Put in the blender. Everything. We want the hot tub. We initialed everything. They go away for 6 months, and they come back, and they say, we really can't do that. So now I see Morty is getting a state-of-the-art office.
See, I know how you feel.
Yeah,
I really do.
well. Okay, that's our first actual lull tonight, right there.
Yeah.